Today, we're diving into a really fascinating framework from the Business Yoga channel. It's called the Living Enterprise. You know, for the longest time, we've all been taught to look at businesses as, well, purely mechanical entities, right? Just these giant money-making machines driven entirely by spreadsheets, physical outputs, and the bottom line. But what if we completely flip that script? It's a super interesting idea, so let's explore exactly how an enterprise actually lives and breathes.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a business and just felt that it was truly alive? Think about it for a sec. Sometimes you walk into a local coffee shop or a big retail store, and before you even see a balance sheet, the place just feels energetic. It feels joyful and deeply purposeful. Now on the flip side, you've probably encountered businesses that look incredibly successful on paper, but the moment you step through their doors, they feel entirely lifeless, transactional, and honestly, pretty draining. So what exactly creates that massive difference?
Let's look at the anatomy of an enterprise. To really understand that difference in energy, the business yoga concept suggests something pretty radical, that an enterprise is structured exactly like a human being. It basically breaks down into three distinct elements. You've got the body, the mind, and the consciousness. And just like us, a business absolutely needs all three of these functioning together to not just survive, but to genuinely thrive. Let's break down exactly what each of these anatomical layers looks like in the real world.
First up is the body or the physical structure. We're going to start with the most obvious and tangible layer here. The body of an enterprise encompasses literally everything visible and measurable. When you sit down to analyze a company, this is almost always the first thing you look at, simply because it's right there staring you in the face. It is the physical, tangible foundation of the whole daily operation.
We're talking about the hard components. The physical offices, the factories, the tech stack, the actual products, the systems, finances, and those daily workflows. If you picture a local shop, its body is the shelves, the stock, the point-of-sale systems, and the staff actually standing there. For a massive factory, it's the heavy machinery, the raw materials, the production lines. Basically, it's the absolute structural reality of the organization. But, and this is a huge but, here is a vital warning from the source material. Only maintaining the body makes a business purely mechanical. If a company literally only focuses on upgrading machines, restocking shelves, and balancing the books while totally ignoring the mind and consciousness, well, that business just becomes a mechanical entity. I mean, sure, it functions, but it isn't actually alive.
Let's move to the mind, which is all about clear thinking.
It's so fascinating to evaluate a business not just for what it physically pumps out, but for its actual capacity to think. The mind of the business is its capacity for strategy, for making decisions, planning, creativity, and shaping its internal culture. Think of it like this. If the body is the hands and feet doing the heavy lifting, the mind is the command center for problem solving. It's how the business processes information, reacts to roadblocks, and builds its environment.
You can actually measure a functioning business mind by looking at a few key things. Does it make decisions with absolute clarity? Does it actually learn from past mistakes, or does it just repeat them? Is it innovating, or is it totally stuck in the past? And crucially, does it actively listen to its people, customers, employees, suppliers, society as a whole? The source material makes a great point here. A confused business mind breeds confusion among its people. And let's be real, we've all probably worked somewhere exactly like that. But a clear business mind, that creates steady direction, a great rhythm, and total confidence across the entire organization.
Which brings us to consciousness, energy, and purpose.
Okay, now we're moving well beyond the day-to-day operations and strategy. We are tapping into the subtle energy of the business. The consciousness is essentially the spiritual core of the enterprise. It encompasses the deeper purpose, the non-negotiable core values, how it actually treats human beings, and its ultimate impact on society. While the mind asks, how do we do this? The consciousness is asking those massive why questions. It's the underlying current powering the whole shebang.
So the real meat of this is found in the vital questions a conscious business regularly asks itself. Why are we doing this? Like, are we actually creating value in the world, or are we just extracting it from our customers? Are people genuinely respected? Are the decisions we're making actually aligned with our stated values? And maybe most importantly, is this business contributing to overall well-being, or are we just on this endless hamster wheel chasing growth for the sake of growth?
This leads right into what I think is a brilliant analogy. Profit is necessary for business, but profit alone cannot be the purpose of business. Just think about that for a second. Profit is to a business exactly what breathing is to a human being. Breathing is absolutely essential for life. Obviously, if you stop breathing, you die. But breathing is certainly not the purpose of your life. It's the exact same for a business. It must make a profit to survive, for sure, but if making money is literally its only purpose, it's completely void of true consciousness.
So let's look at achieving true business harmony. Now that we've got the anatomy down, how do we practically align the body, the mind, and the consciousness so the business actually thrives? Well, imagine Company A and Company B. Let's say both sell the exact same product at the exact same price. But dealing with Company A feels cold, highly transactional, and stressful. It's like waiting in a really long line at the DMV. Company B, on the other hand, feels warm, trustworthy, and deeply purposeful. The stark difference you're feeling there? It isn't in their inventory or their supply chain. Their physical bodies might actually be identical. The difference lies entirely in their unseen energy and consciousness. It's those invisible elements behind the physical structure that completely change the game for customers and employees. It's those aligned elements.
The core philosophy of business yoga here is that true harmony requires 3 aligned steps. Step 1, a strong body, which is going to give you stable operations. Step 2, a clear mind, which leads directly to wise, confident decisions. And step 3, an awake consciousness, which results in a highly meaningful business. When you get strength, clarity, and meaning to coexist, man, that is when true harmony is realized.
Ultimately, a business becomes truly alive not just when the balance sheet is green, but when its people feel genuinely connected and its actions actively reflect its deepest values. The essence of business yoga in the real world happens when a company's purpose serves something much, much larger than itself. At that point, it isn't just functioning, it's actively contributing.
I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative thought today. Is your business only functioning, or is it truly alive? I highly encourage you to take a step back and reflect on the systems, the decisions, and the overall energy within your own workplace right now. Are your values and your daily operations actually pulling in the same direction? What kind of vibe do people get when they interact with your enterprise? If this sparks some ideas for you, be sure to subscribe to Business Yoga for more awesome insights into building conscious, balanced, and purposeful businesses. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope it gave you a completely fresh lens to view your work through. See you next time.